So guys, I've been using this vehicle black box DVR camera for the past 2.5 weeks or so, and I want to get back with you guys regarding some of the good and bad about it. So guys, you can see here, this is everything that comes on the unit. You have the power supply cable here. This is a micro USB cable, and then you have the long power cable that run all the way to the back for the camera, and also the power to the brake light. You need to tap that. And you have here the long cable that runs from the front of the unit to the rear camera, which is this unit here. And then you also have a power input from the brake light if you want to tap that to have automatic reverse for the camera to come on. In the back of the unit, these things use this little clip here to clip into your mirror. And then here you have the front camera right here, and on this side you have the speakers. So you can see here it's quite a large mirror. This will go on top of your previous mirror. So what I did is I use this in two different cars. I have a new Honda Odyssey that has a smaller mirror which just fit perfectly in front of it, and then I also have my old Infiniti G37 which has a similar mirror which just also go on top of it. So even though the mirrors are very compact, and let me show you the back here. You can see the camera on this side, and then here is the speakers and the microphone. You can see now, so the camera stick out like right here, you can see, and you can move this lens a little bit. You can move it around, so which means when you install this guy, you have to clamp this on your car rear mirror, and then it use this little silicone clamp here, which I really hate. Let me explain why. The reason is because on my Infiniti, when you do that, what happened is that you are clamping this guy here. It goes around the mirror, but the problem is at the bottom here, these things are hitting the button, because my Infiniti, at the bottom of my Infiniti, I have those home link button to open the garage, and just hit it. So if your car has those kind of mirror with the bottom button, it's really hard to adjust these and to avoid those home link button. For me, it was pretty much unusable because I put this on, it's always mashing on my button, and I tried to wiggle around, and I kind of get it half press my button, but then it's really hard to use that home link button anymore, which is a problem for me. So for that reason, I did not turn this into my full-time DVR box, because this was not the right one for me. So if you have just an old mirror with no technology, nothing on it, then this will work fine. But if you have one of them mirror with home link, and also you have auto dimming mirror, you're also going to lose that functionality. This mirror here has a blue tint to it, and you can see there's the monitor screen itself, but it has a blue tint to it, and during the day it actually does a good job of reducing the glare and stuff. And at the same time, at night it seems a little bit dark, because I think this here doesn't auto dim. It's just basically that color, and actually reduce a decent amount of light coming in, so it helps with the glare at night from the headlight. But during the day it's okay, but at night it can be a little bit dark. So since I'm indoor here, I'm not going to use the power adapter. It's a pretty long cable, plenty of room for you to route it around your car and around your A-pillars, so that's going to work fine. But I'm going to show you right now using just a regular USB cable. Up top here you have a micro USB port that you can just plug in. It also has this little GPS connector. If you have a GPS module, that's an optional package. You have it says HDMI out, but that port is not accessible, so this model doesn't have HDMI out. And then you have a memory card, which is the slot right now. So once you turn it on, you can see there's the screen. You can see everything out in front of it, and you can adjust this little camera here, of course, up and down and move left and right, and it goes just a little bit. So when I mount this on my rear mirror, this camera here actually stick out to the side of the right side of the rear mirror, and that presents the second problem that I found beside the mounting problem. And that is when I put this on, I can only see half of my car. So because this camera is like right here instead of being down at the bottom, because of that camera position, you can see half of your windshield. You literally have to move this little camera all the way across, and then move that little camera across that direction in order to basically use it. And even in that mode, you can barely see the the left side of your screen where your driver's side is. So I think that's the second problem with this camera. I wish they just go ahead and stick the camera at the bottom here or at the top, so that way you can see the full view of your dash. Instead, you're only going to see about up at most 70% of your dash. So it's nice that you can see the right side of your dash, but what about the driver's side? You can't really see anything. So if there's a car coming at you and hitting you on this side, there's no way you can see that. So here you can see I have the second rear camera backup set up, and the camera, as you can see, is a very small little picture up here you can set up. And right now, if you set it up upside down just like this, you can actually see your camera. So it has a really nice long cable that you can run all the way back to your license plate, and there's a little sticker on top of it that you can stick to it. Like I say, I didn't want to use this full time because of the clamp issues, so I did not install this at all. But you would definitely run this inside the trunk of your car, go behind, try to go outside into your low brake light area, and that's where your license plate, and that's where you want to mount this. You can also mount it on the back of your windshield if you wanted to, but that's kind of weird. It's better that you mount it right behind the car because you can use it as a backup camera. And in the backup camera, you will definitely connect this cable into the brake light, and when you do that, it will give you those nice little signal. So here's some of the mode you can press. If you press menu right now, we'll show you the different camera resolution you can pick. Again, the resolution is actually not 1080p. It gives you this 1920 by 1440p resolution. And then the file for the two different cameras are split, so you get two different file for a two different camera view though. You can press menu again to go to use loop recording. Right now it's set to 5 minutes, so every 5 minutes it's going to create a new file. When you run out of space, it's going to go back and override the oldest file. You can also have one button lock, so you can lock the video so it doesn't override the video footage that you have. For more setting here, you can go to the setting menu, and these are some of the settings you have. You have watermarks, exposure, recording, language, frequency. You have a parking guard. Parking guard basically leave it in motion sensor mode, so when it detects motion it start recording. That one is a little bit weird if you want to use it while you are driving. You want to turn that off unless you know that for sure that you're going to be parking. You also have G sensor, so set your sensitivity up. As you can see, when you set this up, if the device sends a little vibration or something, it's going to lock up that file, so you're not going to accidentally override it. You have backlit time, how long the backlit screen stay on while it's going recording. So when you're driving, you're going to see the rest of your monitor, but then this part is on, and then you can set that and it will go off, so into kind of standby mode while still recording. You have TV setting, and then you have field light. Field light, turn on this little light back here. There's a little light here that will come on, and that kind of help a little bit, but it's not like an infrared light or anything. So at night it's kind of useless. It's going to need your headlight. And then power delay off, I set that to about I think 30 seconds. So after you turn your car off, it wait 30 seconds and then turn up the camera, and then version info, they set, format, and then all the default settings. So that kind of give you an idea. So it has all the functionality of a nice dash cam, and then you also get that second camera. However, that backup camera is pretty horrible quality, and it's not that great. You also get those backup line if you hook it up properly using the brake light on your car. So when you put it in reverse, your brake light come on, it apply power to it, and it will show you the little line that you can kind of see. So you can also make adjustment on those lines if needed. So overall, it depends on your car configuration. For my car, yes, did not work too well. And I do want to point out that if you have a car that has a fancy mirror, your home link button at the bottom or anything at the bottom, this little clip here is kind of crap. It's going to hit those buttons. So if you have those buttons at the bottom, I would not recommend getting this unit. To me, I think the unit can be better done by just having those nice little clamp. It's very simple. You clamp on, and you can put it in different places. And the clamps are not so crazy that will hit and push on your button. Also, the camera is the second problem I see. The camera being on this side of the screen, which means half of the time, which means you only get half of your view of your dash, which is not that great for a dash cam. You should be able to see a lot more than that. No matter what kind of adjustment I do, I would literally have to slide this thing halfway on my mirror and then push it sideways like that in order to even get a decent view, and even then that was not enough. So that wrap up the review. I hope it helped you in your purchase decision. If you have any question, let me know in the comment below, and as always, stay tuned for future review. Thank you. So here's the back of the unit. You have the camera here, which is adjustable in different directions. Here you see you have the light sensor there, and then you have over here some look like heating vent. You have the speakers on your side, and then these are the grommet that you use these to clip onto. And then at the bottom here you have some control. At the bottom here you have these control. You have these ports. At the bottom here you have all these different ports. There's the power button. You have here the micro USB. There's the power button. You have here the micro SD port, and you have here the different. So at the bottom here you have all these buttons. So here you have the power button and also the reset button in here. And then here you have the micro SD port. Here you have the micro SD port. It's supposed to be in. There's AV out, and then there is the GPS if you choose to buy the GPS port. It doesn't come with a unit. And then there's There's also a GPS, which doesn't come with a unit, but then you also have here the micro USB power port. Up front here you have the little control panel, pop out just like that, and here you have up and down arrow key, menu, mode, and then OK, and that actually retract into the unit.